Today we're going to sandblasting. What's he builds? What's he builds? What's he builds? Sandblasting. What's he builds? Sandblasting. Sandblasting.
Hey everybody, Web C here, and welcome to Web C Builds. Tonight we're going to be working on our spring competition build, and we're going to be talking about things in the paint booth. So I'm going to get set up over here on a Tiggity Talk and let them know what we're doing as well. I'm going to see if I can find a spot to put a camera over here for them too. They might just get to look at my painted parts. You know, TikTok, it's always like one of those things where it's like I want them to be involved, but because I can't multi-stream to them, I'm really upset. And I wish that feature would get fixed. I can't do anything about it right now, but hey guys, it is awesome to be here. It is a great day. We're all trying to have a good day. Sorry I had to move my camera. That looks really nice. I hope that's good for you guys. I hope you guys like this camera view. I just came up with this like life-saving idea. I'm gonna have to take some sandpaper real quick. Forgive me for making that noise. Actually, I should probably wait until I'm done painting today before I do that. I just don't know if I'm gonna get myself scratched or not. Everything looks stable over here. So this will be the first time ever using this the way it's supposed to be used. It's going to be weird. Right. So let's see. Oh, TikTok. Trying to go live on TikTok. And I want to flip that camera. There we go. And I don't want to be advertising for anybody. So, well, you guys can read the bottles or see what the bottles say. They don't need to like have brand names and stuff. And we'll just get the alcohol off the table. All right, there we go, everybody. I have a glove right here. Hey, everybody on TikTok, come on in. All right, so we're gonna be back here. Basically, what's going on is I'm gonna be doing some airbrush cleaning on film, talking about it, and then I'll share it with the guys afterwards and stuff. Because that's kind of like the big thing is a lot of people are like, wow. I think people are just nervous about airbrush care and stuff, and I think we just need to help everybody get past that. So we will start by introducing you guys to my compressor, and then we'll move on from there. My compressor is I think it's a 60. Oh, I can dial it up to 80 psi. But this is my compressor. It's an Anesty or an Anesty. And it has a dual connector that it comes with. It comes with like a stand for your airbrushes that you can put on your machine if you want. It has a really cool system to it. I really like how it operates. It's very nice. It's very, very good. So you guys saw that. Then here are the airbrushes that come with it. These guys are really simple airbrushes. Like I love that they're so simple. I take my guards off. I don't keep my guards on. I'm one of those. The reason why is because I don't want to sit there and stop every 10 seconds and pick stuff out of it. Like, just so you guys know, this is why I do that. I take this off right here. There's like a cone cup that sits on the outside of this needle point. I take that off. And I take that off for the simple fact that I can't. You're going to sit here, and while you're spraying, you're going to be spraying, and you're going to have to stop, and you're going to have to use a cloth, and you're going to have to dig paint out of here. So what everybody else has done as a solution, all the other painters who taught me anything about airbrush, they always tell me, go ahead and make that right there just take that off. It does not affect your spray quality at all. If anything, I believe it hinders your spray quality. I believe it causes wetting, it causes splattering, things you don't want. Now, if you're comfortable with your airbrush, so I'm on TikTok for you guys. I'm talking about right here. Um, I got friends that are live, and we can go live together. Oh, I don't think anybody's Gundam related tonight. I'm doing Gundam stuff, so even though you're live, we're going to be doing this anyhow. Yeah. So this is the airbrush. This here is, we're gonna say, this is your air hose. This is your water filter. Your purge right here. It purges. See that? Okay. So hose, water filter, purge. I wish I could get it a little bit. Hold on. Let me see if I can adjust this camera so I don't have to keep talking to both cameras twice. All right. So there we go. So hose first. Purge system for water right here. This is my connection system. This is a dial that I can hand control the air pressure that goes through there. I don't like to all the time, but it's there. And then it's got a quick release, so you can quick release your system. Okay, now this I had to buy and put in myself, this quick release piece. Now, besides that, that's a great thing to have. Quick release is an amazing tool to have because it locks you in. You can swivel without damaging the connection or the air power. All right, so that's, and also I have a really large hand. So my hand is really large. So when I'm airbrushing, I like to have a little something to hold on to down here, so I'm not like cramping up and everything. So that's what I'll do is I'll let this rest in my hand, and then I'll get comfortable. I'll find the comfortable spot, and once I find that comfortable spot, I can operate. And it's right there. And I try to keep the airbrush. How is it? So my goal is to keep the airbrush from rubbing against the table. It's also to keep it from rubbing against anything else. Like you don't want your airbrush to rub or anything. So that's that. I really like having this new bracket that I designed. I hopefully hope it keeps making me happy. I've been constantly going through new updates and new upgrades and new iterations of my workstation because I'm trying to hyper fixate and make everything better. I want it all to be, a much nicer product for you guys, the viewers. So when I make this stuff, I want to be able to go from looking here. Let me make sure the cord's not going to get caught when I do this. I want to go from looking here, bringing the camera down and around, so I can look here while I'm working. That's like an angle I've been wanting for a while. And then it's just about finding, those different graces of where things are going to go. My other problem is that if I don't loosen this, I end up unscrewing my thing. And I don't want that. Don't worry. So here's my whole station. Okay. So and then we can really just turn it around, come down this way, and we just get a mouse's view of the workstation, and then we can just get we can also move it, so if it is problematic, we can move it. But I really want it to be in this position at the moment for filming the airbrush work. Okay, so we have ourselves up. Oh, See that? I like that. I like that view. That view is good view. You'll see why in a little bit. Why that's such a good view. The old view that I had was not a very good view. All right. I don't need power to this light. Now, we got a couple things to do tonight while we're on the show. The first thing I'm going to work on is I did flush out my airbrush last night when I did my last set of parts. I'm going to show you those real quick too. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to double check the airbrush, make sure if it's got anything that indicates that I need to give it a quick clean out or anything. We're going to go ahead and run some cleaner through it, and then we're going to agitate. Okay, and the reason why is because this is a competition build. You don't want any mistakes. You don't want any part problems. Biggest issue with airbrushes is that they're dirty. Letting them get dirty, it happens. You know, we all can get lazy. Don't worry, we can fix this problem. It's really easy. You're only going to need a few tools on hand to do this. Some of the tools you're going to need is an airbrush wrench. You're going to need a set of, these are called cleaner drills, but I call them pins, but you're gonna look up what they call them on camera. So on camera they call, or on this it's called a cleaner drill. Okay, so I'll put that up here too, so you can see it. Show us. There you go. It says cleaner drill. Okay. So, hey, what's up? Hey, Mr. Wizard. Banana Cat. Banana Cat. We got Banana Cat in the house. Woohoo! Awesome. How's it going? Yeah, so we're just talking about cleaning our airbrush and maintaining our airbrush right now. So I'm about to start showing you what we do. But here are these cleaner drills. This is what they look like. They look like just little toothpicks. You could probably use them for toothpicks too. I wouldn't recommend it because, well, not this set, because I've done a bunch of stuff with it. Like, done a bunch of cleaning and stuff. So they don't really actually fit in here like this. You have to like take this apart. And this is what everybody gets nervous about, is taking this apart. So that's kind of what I want to break through the stigma today. And I'm going to show you how we can do that. So first things first is, this looks clunky. This looks hard to operate. So we're going to use this awesome feature I have right here to pull this apart. Then we can set this right where our airbrush goes, over here. It's off to the side. Nobody can see it. It's not on either camera. But my airbrushes are over here, right here, like literally right off camera. Anyways, so now we have our airbrush, and we're going to take our airbrush and we're going to disassemble it. The first thing we do to disassemble our airbrush is we're going to take the needle out first. Sometimes the needle can get stuck. So we're just going to twist off this long stem here, and we're going to expose the needle housing. You know, that, I guess that could be the housing of the casing. And this is going to be the needle aperture. And we're going to untighten this. This is a lock screw. We're going to untighten this. This is like kind of like a backwards Dremel. That's all it is. Just open it up so that you can loosen your needle out. And then you just don't pull the needle, pull the gun. Hold the needle, pull your gun. If it doesn't come out, then you need to apply some solvents inside here and wiggle your trigger for a while until it loosens up. Once it loosens up, then it'll be safe to pull out all the way out of here. Now, here's how you set your needle down so everybody knows. You set your needle down by slowly dragging the point away from itself. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate that now right here on this piece of cloth. When I go to set it down, I'm going to pull and reverse as I set down and drop and do that. The reason why is because now you're not taking a chance of bending the needle. So everybody can see that up there. I did that up there a little off camera. Hold on. Just want to make sure everybody can see this. So I'm going to set it down like this. And as I go to set it down, I'm going to drop it as I pull back. Okay, that's all you do. All right, the next thing we want to do is we want to remove this piece right here. This is going to come off next. It just spins. That's all you do. Now that the needle's out, you don't have to worry about damaging anything. It comes right off. We're going to wash this because, believe it or not, this is usually the biggest problem, is the back side of here getting gunked up a little bit. And that happens. It's because that's where the air and the paint hit, is right there at that hole and right here. Okay, so air comes over this, and right here at the point of here is where the paint comes out. The air comes over, paint comes out, they hit and they turn into a spray. All right, so you're like wondering what we needed this wrench for. Here's the wrench now. All right, so the wrench, here's the tip that's exposed. Now on this tip that's exposed, there's two flat sides, and that's what this wrench locks into. And so you're gonna go above that, and you're gonna just wiggle until it pops down. Did you see that? We're gonna do it again. You wiggle it until it pops down. Once it pops down, you know you've got a good tight lock, and you just wanna gently move it counterclockwise to undo it. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. It's not hard. We all know that one. I love you guys. We know this. All right. So, it can be difficult the first couple spins. So I usually try to help it along. And this is going to be the next part we wash. Okay. So, but you need to be careful on this piece for two reasons. One, there's a really, really tiny little washer, and we don't want to lose that. So you just don't want to be agitating the threading on this, really. So what we do is we've got reducers and cleaners. Now cleaners like this is airbrush cleaner for water base. Now I also have some heavier product cleaner. This is for lacquer. Okay. And then what your Kyrios, what's going to get anything and everything off your airbrush, is going to be 91% isopropyl alcohol. It is the dream worker. All right, so we're going to set that down. This little thing right here. All right, next. We're going to grab these cups. And don't forget to head on over to Clarksville Hobby Depot and use my promo code WebCOfficial, all caps, with the dash between the web and the C. And head on over there, do that, hit that WebCOfficial. You'll get 10% off of a purchase of $25 or more. So don't forget to do that. Head on over to Clarksville Hobby Depot. I love those guys over at Clarksville, by the way. They're really cool people. They are linked in my TikTok bio. And then if you hit that link in my TikTok bio, it lets them know I sent you to them. So do that for me. Hit that link. Let them know in TikTok, that we're promoting for them from TikTok as well. And then the code lets you know from all my other media sources. So it's kind of like a double whammy. If you hit the TikTok, it goes and gives me a credit. And if you hit the code, it also gives me a ding on him too. So I don't get paid more or anything, but I just want him to see that I'm pushing. You know what I mean? So, and he's a great guy. He sells RC cars and hobby models, everything I'm doing, So that's why I'm partnered with him, and that's why he's my sponsor. He's such a great guy. His name's Scott. Him and his wife run Clarksville Hobby Depot. They're such a great husband and wife team. They really love it. They're doing greatest work they can. And they've been supporting me for over a year now with my builds and everything. And it's really great. And things are going to get even better moving forward. So I will, moving on from that, McNabb. No, I don't think McNabb. What's up, TC McNabb? Jumped right out. All right. So yeah, back to what we were talking about though. You need a plastic cup. I got one. This plastic cup, we're going to, I did not want to use this. So we're going to, nice thing about this airbrush cleaner is you can just pour it right back in the bottle when you're done. So we're just going to soak these two pieces for a second or two. So they're soaking. Other things we got to do, we got to set the filter fan out so that we don't get suffocated. Don't want anybody getting sicker. What's that? The cancers. So from now on, you guys are gonna hear the fan. That's not so bad. All right. Hello? Okay. You can hear me, right? Yeah? Awesome. So now we have all of our parts cleaned. We're going to put it all back together. It's really easy to put it back together. You slowly twist it on until it's almost tight. Take your airbrush wrench. Remember, feel for the flat piece. And now when you get to the tight part, you just go a little bit past. So it's tight. Not so it's wrenched down. Just tight. I always have to tell myself that. All right. Make sure these parts are dry as we're putting them on too. You don't want this wetness in here. This liquid dries pretty fast, but if it's pulled up. All right. Just slowly set that on and let it grip itself as you twist. Just lightly twist and then lock it in tight. And now you have everything's reassembled in the front. Remember, you didn't take anything apart back here. So you really don't need to either. Like everything should be left just the way it is. Now, when you put the needle in, you're gonna let the needle do the work itself. Okay, you're not doing any work when the needle goes in at first. Okay, you're letting that needle do all the work itself because you're making sure that needle's not gonna get stuck or hung up on certain things inside of here. So you're just checking and making sure things are all good and kosher. All right, now down here where the tip is, what you want to do is you kind of want to use your thumb and then start tightening it up so it grips that spot, and then just crank down. You really do want to crank down on this spot right here because this gives it its grip. See that? This is what makes everything work right here, is making sure you tighten that good. All right, what is this for? Everybody always asks what this part is for. This actually has a purpose. You put this on like this. Now this houses and protects the back end of your needle, but the next thing it does is this is a guide. So if I push this all the way in, like I'm not ever going to really do, but if I do, and then I come out just a little bit, I can't bring my trigger all the way back. And then I can slowly let it to where it brings my trigger all the way back to open. And then I can put a little pressure against it just to keep it from going all the way back. And then, or if I need to keep it very finely detailed, I'm gonna bring it to where it's like I know it's spraying just the right amount or whatever. So that's how you tune your airbrush. I like full blasting, and I'll push down and pull back until I see paint. I won't go full Monty, but I like having the ability to go full Monty on certain spots. Pull away, pull back, and get some dusting, some clouding. All right, that's how I clean my airbrush and maintain my airbrush for use. I spare my brushes over here for intermediate use, like when I'm going between different paints. I keep these two tools on my workbench together. You can even do this. You can put that guy inside, and then when it'll try to fall out. That's why I don't. But you can put him inside. Once he's in there, just lay it flat, set it down. All right. So next is going to be mounting parts to the clips. We call them gator clips. We call them dragon clips. You call them whatever you want. Here's my bucket of clips. I have enough clips to do on average 4 runners worth of parts at once. So I told you guys I would show everybody what the parts look like for this build so far. So I've got, I think, 6 to 8 runners worth of parts painted already on this kit. So here is the silver that I made. This is the silver that I painted. And then here's a larger one. This is the copper color that I'm making the parts. So they're going to interact with each other, and it'll be coppers and silvers. I think that'll be a good interaction of parts. Let's see, Leviathan Prime Mast. I'm getting ready to start Leviathan. I'm getting ready to start. I'll apply to him too. All right, so he'll come back and see that. So I'm here, I promise. I'm just getting started, getting set up. Apparently, yeah. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna turn the music back on, turn my mic back down, I'll still give you guys your music back because I'm gonna get quiet. I'm gonna get busy putting things on runners. But I'm gonna switch the camera view, or maybe I'll just move the runners. I'll debate. What's the best thing to do? Well, for now, I can just move the cameras. That's the new nice thing, is I have this option to just relocate and move the cameras. Hey, how's it going? Dewey Anna? Anha? Yeah, Dewey Anha. All right, so we're gonna see how this whole transition works. Hey, it's me. Let's see. Stop it. All right. Let's see how this is working. We'll just do a higher. Maybe not in the way of the camera, though. There we go. All right. So over here, back to where we were. Sorry. Cameras are fun to rearrange. I got 2 different systems I'm doing. Yeah. All right. You guys are awesome. All right. So with that, we're just my system's cleaned, ready for paint. Now I am going to work on putting parts on clips. First, I'm going to get these painted parts out of the way. Now we're over here in the workstation. You can see into the bin. It's a little more colorful in there, isn't it? That's going to be a cool build. I'm so excited for this build. I've had this kit on the shelf for over a year now in the backlog, and I was waiting on a competition to come along for it to get built or whatever. And I did buy it local. I bought it local. This kit is a local buy. So, but it is, give you an idea of what we're doing. We are building this Gundam with this color and this color. So it's going to be like a dark ops or a black ops mission mobile suit. It's going to be really cool. That's what we're working on. How's it going? Who's over here? Hey. Ruben Zapata 420. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Yes. We like the trees here, too. It's a very nice place. Yes. Broccoli everywhere. So, yeah. My clips are a little bit old and full of paint, but they still hold on to everything that I hold dear. All right, so I use a glove to hold everything, even. And now this is where like this is all up to preference, really. How do you like your part held? Do you like it? Do you like it held in the middle, on a very loose part piece, or do you like it held somewhere where it gets a good grip, or do you like to just stick it through something? Like would you stick a pointy like this pointy piece through here and just let this hold it? How would you do it? I don't think that's a good thing. But um, I I usually like these little pegs. These little pegs, but that's just we're gonna have to go with the big circles on these ones. So this is what we're doing. We're just gonna be putting those on here. After we get these on the runners, we will paint them. Do not worry. We will get the first coat of paint on most of these pieces. So don't fret, little bunnies. We will get the job done. All right, this one has way more places to put your clipper, but I think right in the middle, right here, is a great spot. I don't know if this is exposed or anything, so my whole thought is if it is exposed at all, I would want this open space right here to be painted. So we're going to paint that. This, on the other hand, it looks like it's where a connection is made to hold it together. So I don't think we need to worry about my clip holding onto that so much. So that's how that goes. So that's what I do when I'm thinking about where I place things for when I'm going to get ready to paint, because that it really helps with not knocking your part off. Because when you're spraying with the paint I use it's got up to 30 psi. So when that psi hits at 30 pounds per square inch, right here, it's gonna cause it to turn or something. So we want to make sure we're not hooking on something that's going to cause that. Now, if I put it on this one and I hit with 30 psi, it'll give me a little bit of a recoil, but it won't turn. You see, it's not really turning. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that type of paint. Stick holding power. Okay, so we got a bunch of spots here for this one to hold. And then also remember, if you balance where it holds, it'll make it so that the air won't cause a whole lot of issues. Now, sometimes it's just better to put it on wherever it's going to stick better. I don't really have a good, good conversation or a good definition for that. It's just what I do, man. This is also one thing you can do is you can wiggle it around for a little bit, and if it moves or it doesn't come off, it'll give you your idea of if you pick the right spot. And once again, I said it's a preference thing, so don't just think I'm telling you have to do it the way I'm doing it. I'm just showing you my way in case something I'm doing is different than something you're doing, and you want to try doing what I'm doing. If you're not, that's okay. As for the parts, they get a quick a buff with a toothbrush, so it creates a bunch of scuffing on the surface, so the paint will adhere to the surface. But I'm using a paint that's not usually something I have to worry about with that paint. The only thing I have to worry about with the paint I use is oil and water. If I have anything to really say about the paint I use for painting, I use a lacquer that melts into the plastic instead of covers the plastic. That could be a big difference in some people's opinion of my build or what I'm doing, which is fine. And no quarrels with that. Like, I get it. It's a hot bond chemical reaction that happens, and it's really cool, and it makes for scratch resistant product. So you can actually bend and pose your kits and not have to worry about them breaking or getting scratched or rubbing in a certain way or things like that. You don't have to worry about that. That's not a worry you have at all. So it's Dingo John. Dingo. Sorry, I don't. Uh-oh. What are you barking at, dog? Do I need to look? Hold on, guys. I don't know. That's how excited my dog gets when her mom comes home. Her human. My wife is the dog's human. The dog is very attached. All right, so that is the first box of parts put on clips. And we're just going to set that over here in the paint booth. And we're going to move on to our next set of clips. And that's what we're going to do. Mrs. is going to give me hugs and kisses when she gives them here. I'm going to be so happy. I'm so happy. So it's all good. Just putting parts on clips for the moment. We will get to painting tonight, I promise.
Hi, girl.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
What are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright. I'm live in the room.
Muffins and scones.
Muffins and scones.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
take
make
them
that.
to other bakers over the weekend.
You're gonna give the.
Hi, sweetie. Maybe we'll bake a few ourselves.
Yeah.
Cranberry muffins and blueberry scones.
Awesome. Alright. So that's what we're doing. We're just putting the parts on, getting them clipped.
That's how it comes in. You need the baking instructions.
This looks like this piece.
Make room in the freezer.
Top shelf, please.
I'll get to it in a minute. I have you know how I'm making this. I suddenly remember this is probably a very good spaceship. But oh no, I forgot the stabilizing pins. You want to bake? Oh no, I forgot the stabilizing pins. Muffins or little muffins? It seems that I'm about to crash head first into the surface of the. You want to make them like that? Yeah. It seems that I'm about to crash head first into the surface of the planet. Oh no, I forgot the stabilizing pins.
This is the only one that always bothers me. I don't know. It's one of those types of pieces. I don't know where to put it.
I forgot. With those ones sit like that. Is it okay? This. Boom. Now, this is stable. That's okay. Okay, now that I've had
Okay. Here's my next batch of parts. So I got one more can of parts to put on runners, and then we'll get to painting. Just so everybody knows, that's what the plan is. This is my last batch of parts, and then we're going to get to painting after putting these on clips. So we're just looking for good places to clip these. Maybe if I've got cleaner gator clips. I prefer to call them gator clips. Some people call them dragon clips. Some people call them paint clips. I don't care what you call them. Just call them something, right? You guys are all awesome. Thank you guys all for coming in and hanging out with me tonight and checking out what we're doing. This is a competition build for a spring build off for my state that I live in. And I am so excited for this build. There are some things I won't mention about the build off, like what state it is and stuff live, because I don't want to create a bias, because a judge may scroll across my videos and see what I'm doing, and I'll just be like blah blah blah. Anyways, this is a great kit. I really like that I do it live and stuff, because it creates a video recording of me doing my builds live, so that when I get judged in a build off, I can go, hey, I did actually work on this kit, and I can prove it. Here it is. Here's the live where I did work on this kit. So you can see the parts that I'm putting in the box. They're all getting painted. I promise. It's not going to be a robot painting them. Oh, see, I should have gave this one a better scrub. So this kit has some high spots and low spots in it. Just so you know, there's going to be a lot of correcting that. Nothing you can do about it. Don't get upset. Just be patient with it. Only spots that I'm actually doing high-low correction are going to be spots that are going to be like highly visible, high-vis spots. So that's any of the outer armor and a few of the other things. So that's how that's going to work. And we'll get these parts. Once these parts are painted, though, I'm probably going to end the show like I normally do on paint nights, because you guys don't want to sit and listen to my fan all night like that. I'm pretty sure you don't. Yeah. So we'll just cut it a short night, and then I'll probably do an episode of Late Night Load tonight. I'm going to load up. I'm going to check and see if the VR headset has power, and if it doesn't, I'm going to power it up and get it going on the power. And once it's powered up enough, I will load up a session of Pal World. There's a big update I haven't played yet, and I think the Late Night Load deserves an episode, and I haven't done an episode in a while of that show. Just hasn't been a whole lot, to report on. Everything's all just it's in cycle right now on the Late Night Load, if you know what I mean. Like all the happenstances and stuff. It's all in a cycle, and that cycle isn't going anywhere. So once that cycle gets to something new, we'll talk about it. But there's nothing new to talk about conspiracy theory wise. Like it's all just pay attention to what's coming to light. It's all stuff I've been talking about, pointing at, letting you guys know. So if you're wondering, that it's funny they made that movie. I think it's like Michael Cera or something like that. That doofy kid. Yeah, or the guy, the 30-year-old guy that plays a 16-year-old all the time. Yeah, that guy. Uh-oh. Got some notice. Yes, that Michael Cera guy, he he he's creating like this Bigfoot movie. What's funny about it is that this Bigfoot movie he's creating, it's he's using really oddly realistic, really good custom costumes and stuff. That honestly, if you didn't know better, you'd be like, hey, those look like real Bigfoot. So I'm excited to see it because it's supposed to be a comedy or whatever. So I'm kind of excited to see what they do with it. I'm not saying it's going to be the best. I'm just saying I'm excited to see what they do with it. Okay. This is the last clip to find. Okay. So we got 3 colors tonight to do. Usually I only do 2 colors, but tonight's 3 colors, and that's a-okay because each bin is a color, and we'll put each bin back in its separate colors for tonight. So the first color we're going to do is going to be a bright silver. The next color we're going to do is copper, and then the color after that is going to be cyberleaf green. I love this company's brand, but they're not a company anymore. So I've got these. I feel like these are like grade A secret stash paints. You know what I mean? So. And yeah, so these ones are going to be silver. That's what these parts are. So I'm going to give you a little insight on how I'm building this and what the concept is looking like and stuff. So the cyberleaf green and this purple are going to be the color part that gives it its color. So I'll show you those 2 colors now. So here's those 2 colors now. Here's the cyberleaf green, and it's a bluish purple. So over on YouTube, you're seeing it looks a lot more blue on this screen. But if I come up here, it's got a much more purple color. But if you're on TikTok, my camera picks it up, makes it look purple. I don't know. So that's weird. It's going to be cool. It's going to have like a 2 different color power up type thing. Anyways, and there's that cyberleaf green and the purple. Those are going to be the colors we're going to be doing. Now this purple is going to like fade up the green. So it's going to be cool. But what I'm going to do is I got some 1mm tape, and I'm going to put a bunch of little bits of 1mm tape everywhere I think it would be cool for there to be like color separation for like a little, like a warning label or something, or some stuff like that. I'm going to put that there. This is going to be a little bit different. It's going to make it cooler. I think so, yes. So we'll try that out. We'll see how that all goes. Stick around. That's what's next when we WebC builds. I'm going to turn this music back on. I'm going to mute myself, and yeah, we're just going to get into it.
builds. Today we're going to sign some plastic.